Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Film back again with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Sorry there wasn't any episode last week. Let me just get that right out. Last week we did not have an episode of Fullmetal. And that was honestly because I got way too overwhelmed with work and I had too many shows happening all at once. So pretty much I ran out of time and I just couldn't do Fullmetal. So it took a week break. Sorry about that. It was not planned. I never wanted to do that, and hopefully we won't have to do that again. Everything should be all good now. I reorganized, I reevaluated what I was doing, put some things on hold, and now we're back to what we need to be doing, which is Fullmetal. So, the last episode we watched was The Promised Day. Let me see if I can remember everything. Olivier kicked the crap out of Alex and became the matriarch of the family, and word got around about the Promised Day. Yeah, I know there was more, but yeah, that's pretty much what I remember. Oh, we also had Ed teaming up with Greed, actually, which was pretty interesting. After his fight with Bradley, Ling took over for a bit, and then yeah, once Greed took back over, Ed decided to join up with him. Isn't that interesting? So yeah. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Here we go. Alrighty. Couple months later. Wow, the timing on that and the fact that I was forced to take a break last week, that's really funny. It's hilarious how that can work, you know? But yeah, that was something. I mean, it's such an interesting thing that I feel like, oh man, we're getting hyped. We're about to go into like the final battle. We have 18 more episodes. Like, this is, I guess we're about to go into the final arc, you know? Like, it's about to go down, but I'm glad, you know? I'm glad that it's like, even when it feels like, all right, this is it, you know, here we go. I like that it's like, no, we got a while, man. Let's enjoy this, you know? Alrighty. So, Winry made it back to Rizambul. I love that Ed was just sitting there eating a sandwich and somehow she didn't notice until right when she was about to take her shirt off, you know? So that was really funny. And yeah, they didn't notice Greed or the chimeras or the dog or anything. But that was really funny. That was really funny. And yeah, so we have the whole thing of don't run. And I get it. See, I'm kind of with Ed, you know? I'm kind of with Ed, but at the same time, you get why Winry doesn't want to, you know? She's gonna stay. She's gonna help if she can. And she doesn't want to just run away. And yeah, it's basically, it is sort of an all or nothing at that point. It's like, you know, because Ed is thinking, you know, he's thinking of all the possibilities, whereas Winry's thinking, no, you need to be focused on the one outcome of you winning and being, you know, successful, and you can't start doubting yourself, you know? So I get that, but at the same time, it is a tall order because it's not just saving a mistress, but it's also getting their bodies back. And doing both of those, you know, you can do one or the other, but doing both of those things, I think, is going to be the challenge. Because, yeah, if the portal is opening, it means people are dying, you know? If the portal opens, that means people are dying, you know? Unless they use all the souls that are within all of the homunculi, you know? But we'll have to see. We will definitely have to see. I like the bit of the philosophy about greed. I thought that was really interesting. Where it's like, yeah, people think that greed is just about, money and power and stuff, but everybody wants something, it's just that he wants everything, and to an extent, yeah, there's nothing wrong with wanting something. It's how far that want goes, how far that greed goes, and for him, it obviously goes all the way because he is greed, he is greed. But that's really interesting. I like how I like that. That was an interesting philosophy about greed. So yeah. Let's see. We had the preparations, which is good, and yeah, months later, which is an interesting thing. That this is now months later from where we left off, and yeah, the promised day. It's the day before now. It's the day before the promised day, but they've been preparing. Scar and Dr. Marco have gotten a bunch of Ishvalan to help out, and they have the whole plan, which is there's going to be a terrorist attack at Central. General Grumman will lead his troops to Central, but then team up with Roy and then attack Central and attack Father from there, which is interesting. And man, I want more of Roy again, because I feel like we've gone a little while. Roy's been kind of on the back burner, ironically, for a little while. But he had such a major part, in the first half of the show that I'm ready for Roy to get back in there, because Roy is definitely one of my favorite characters on this show. So yeah, that's the plan, and he also did pass on a little bit to Olivier as well, passing on that Celine Bradley is a homunculus, So yeah, and I also like. Well, first off, I like the talk that they had that, oh, well, if something happens to me, I'll leave the mansion to you, Mustang. And it's like, really? You wouldn't leave that to your brother? And it's like, between the two of them, she hates Roy Mustang less than her own brother. Like, that's pretty bad, Because in every interaction she has with Roy, it's not good, It's not good. See, there's the level of, does she like Roy, but also how much does she respect Roy? And I think there is a modicum of respect from Olivier to Roy that does not exist with her own brother, And it's down to exactly what we've heard before, is that she does not like her brother for abandoning his post in Ishval. That even though, yes, it was terrible, he abandoned his post, and that is unforgivable to her. And Roy didn't. Roy did what he was told during Ishval. So I think there is a modicum of respect for that, at least more than for Alex, So that was interesting. And then the flowers was really funny. For a young maiden or whatever he said, and then she immediately burns it. That was funny. And hey, it got her to burn the evidence, so that was really good. But yeah, that was good. And then we had Al getting captured by the new Gluttony as well as Pride. So that was interesting. Gluttony's back. He's back to full force, and he's hanging out with Pride now. I mean, he doesn't have lust. He doesn't have envy. So I guess, yeah, he's kind of hanging out with Pride. Greed's obviously gone. So it's really just Pride. Well, it's Pride, Sloth, and Wrath, along with Gluttony, So, yeah. That's interesting, but it's good to see Gluttony again. I honestly like Gluttony, so it's the same thing. Well, maybe not the same thing from how we've talked about Envy, but it's just fun to see them. To see Gluttony, to see Envy. They've been around for so long that it's just fun. It's fun to see them again. It's unfortunate that we're never gonna get Lust back. Lust is dead and gone, but they're all a lot of fun. and that's the thing about, like, the Fuhrer and Selim. It's like, they're not exactly fun, but they're interesting. And honestly, at the very least, like, the Fuhrer is way more intimidating than Selim is. Selim's just a freaking kid. I never liked Selim, so I don't really care for Pride, but that's just me. Anyway. But yeah, really interesting stuff. Al got taken, unfortunately, so that may be a wrinkle in the plan. And then, yeah, they trapped the train, the Fuhrer's train there, and so that's it. They freaking fell for it, fools. You know, freaking Thundercross split attack. But yeah, now the Fuhrer doesn't seem too miffed about it, but I don't know. But it seemed to work. They at least, you know, trapped that train. So yeah, and yeah, it's the final day before the promised day, and this is it, folks. We're going in for friggin' war. And yeah, everyone at Central thinks the Fuhrer may be dead, but it's okay because Father is there. So, oh boy, it is definitely going down now. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Again, sorry about last week, but hey, we are back in the swing of things, and I was gonna say, you know, oh, we're not gonna take any more breaks. We are going to take some scheduled breaks, because I'm going to be taking time off at Thanksgiving at Christmas. So, you know, a couple weeks, 2 weeks after Thanksgiving and Christmas is when the break in the videos will be. But no more unscheduled breaks is what I will say. So yeah, really, really good stuff. I'm looking forward to where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.